In today's video, I'm going to be talking about 9 myths and facts about celiac disease. Now, there's a ton of information on the internet about celiac disease and the symptoms of celiac disease. And what I'm going to do today is separate the myths from the facts. Hi, I'm Mike Hines from JustKnowGluten.com, creator of this channel, Gluten Advice. Now, if you like the video, you like the content, why not give it a like or subscribe to my channel. Also, hit the notification bell down the bottom. Stay informed about all things gluten. We post videos here 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday and Friday. So, do pop back from time to time. We'd love to see you. Okay, let's get straight into the content. Nowadays, you can get a ton of information on the internet about what celiac disease is or is not. People are becoming more and more aware of what celiac disease is, but separating the fact from myth might be a little bit harder. Finding actually what is true and what is not true is getting harder. However, here at Gluten Advice, we are going to dispel some of those myths today. Myth number 1. Celiac disease is not hereditary. Celiac disease is a health condition that attacks our organs, namely the small intestine area. You are far more likely to develop celiac disease if someone in your family already has this condition. Myth number 2. There is a cure for celiac disease. Let's dispel this myth straight away. There is no cure for celiac disease. People who have celiac disease are expected to change their way of eating. Unfortunately, if you have celiac disease, you have no option but to remove all gluten and cross-contamination gluten foods from your diet. This means letting go of foods that contain rye, wheat and barley. Unfortunately, this will remove a wide variety of foods that form your diet, including bread, cereals, pasta and desserts. Myth 3. Getting rid of gluten brings immediate relief. Removing gluten from your diet will bring relief, but it may not be instant. It will more than likely take several months before you can experience any relief of symptoms like depression, anxiety or fatigue that might be closely related to your body's response to gluten. Myth number 4. Getting rid of gluten has no effect on your nutritional intake. Removing gluten from your diet will require you to work a little harder with ensuring your dietary intake is a balanced one. People who are on a gluten-free diet are sometimes at risk of nutritional deficiencies that can contribute to heart disease, diabetes. Make sure your diet is a balanced one and rich in vitamins B and calcium, and also choose lean meats. Myth number 5. People with celiac disease are not likely to have weight problems. Some people have celiac disease, they also suffer from obesity or weight control problems. Following a gluten-free diet can help with this, as research shows that due to the elimination of processed foods, men and women can maintain a healthy weight. Myth number 6. Gluten is only found in food. That's not necessarily true. Gluten is available in a variety of unexpected places, including lip balms, vitamins, medications. Thankfully, the US Food and Drug Administration has strict regulations requiring the use of gluten-free labels. Myth number 7. Celiac disease is easily detectable. There are a number of tests that the medical profession can do to detect celiac disease, but the symptoms are similar to other diseases, so in the beginning it's not quite straightforward. You can develop celiac disease symptoms at any stage. Myth 8. Celiac disease only affects children. Celiac disease may develop during your childhood. However, it can occur at any stage in your life. Myth 9. Celiac disease eventually goes away with age. Sorry to disappoint you, but there is no cure for celiac disease. However, you can take steps to follow a gluten-free diet to either control or manage it, but this condition does not go away. Just to summarize, those are 9 myths you should avoid if you have celiac disease. There is a ton of information on celiac disease out there, especially on the internet, but do be aware of some of the assumptions made. My advice is to stay clear of these assumptions. If you have celiac disease, do take some time to study the subject, and it will give you a good start to living a healthy lifestyle. Now, there's a possibility you have never heard of celiac disease before. Or maybe you have heard of it, but you don't really know anything about it. Well, now is probably a good time to learn about celiac disease and its symptoms and what causes it. So let's ask the question, what is celiac disease? Celiac disease is an autoimmune disorder. It occurs in the small intestines of people who are usually genetically predisposed to having celiac disease, and it occurs in people of all ages, from infants up to the elderly. As I said earlier, there is no cure for celiac disease. Celiac disease, sometimes referred to as gluten intolerance, is caused by a reaction to something called gluten. Gluten is a gluten protein found in wheat and some types of barley and rye. When someone eats food that has gluten in it, their small intestine reacts badly. The autoimmune system reacts with your bowel tissue, which causes inflammation. This inflammation causes flattening of the lining of your small intestine. Tiny finger-like protrusions called villi in your small intestine are destroyed. And it's those villi that normally allow nutrients to be absorbed through your small intestine. The reason this can be dangerous is because damaged villi makes it difficult, if not impossible, for your body to properly absorb the nutrients in your food. That means that no matter what you eat, or even how much you eat, your body will end up deprived because it can't properly absorb anything you put into it. When people with celiac disease eat foods or use products containing gluten, their immune system responds by damaging or destroying the villi, the tiny finger-like protrusions lining the small intestine. Villi normally allows nutrients from food to be absorbed through the walls of the small intestine into the bloodstream. Without this healthy villi, a person becomes malnourished no matter how much food one eats. According to some recent studies, somewhere between 2.5 and 4 million people in the United States have celiac disease. Unfortunately, only around 150,000 of them have been diagnosed because in general its symptoms are either non-existent or written off as something else. The symptoms are usually gastrointestinal, like vomiting or constipation or diarrhea. If you have unfortunately been diagnosed with celiac disease, you have no choice but to switch to a gluten-free diet. Hello, I'm Mike Hines from JustKnowGluten.com, creator of this channel, Gluten Advice. Hope you enjoyed today's video on the myths and facts of celiac disease. If you did, why not give it a like or subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye for now.